Good afternoon, everyone. My collar is now popped. It is the afternoon session for week 1, day 3. We are going to be using flex to represent some art here. Has anyone heard of the artist Mondrian? Pierre Mondrian. Well, like the flag project where we're breaking up into groups and figuring out how to create like something like a flag, I want us to create this image of Pierre Mondrian using flex, only flex. So that will be this afternoon's lab session. We're not going to do the code reviews like it says here. So we'll go ahead and do this now. Does anyone have any questions about what the assignment is? I'll go ahead and post this image in the Discord. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and do that now. Welcome back, everyone. So let's go ahead and present what we have. So we had 5 groups. Who would like to present first for their group?
I'll go first. Let's get it out the way. Spain. This is what we ended up with. Trying to make it as perfect as we could. Couldn't really figure out how to move these over, get rid of the black outline. But in order to do this, we made a all-around container, contain everything else that had a black background, so we can get the space in between. And then this container 2 that we have would contain not only the 2 white boxes here, but also the red box. So it fully encompassed all of that. But then the container 3 just contained these 2. And then we had a 4th container that contained the blue and the white down here, but then also the other container that contained the small white and the yellow. And in order to get these 2 aligned with the white and the red, we use the display flex. And yeah, I mean, we just kind of mess around with the height and the width, and we use the justify space between for the for this section down here for the blue, the long white, and the white and the yellow. And it was just kind of, yeah, just at that point, just messing around with the height and the width and some of the margins. And yeah.
All right. Nicely done. Do you have a better appreciation for Pierre Mondrian after this?
I can't even say his name, so no. But yeah, no, it was fun.
Okay. All right. Good job, group 1. Let's see next group.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay. So in my group, it was me and Rajan. I think I said that right. And this is what we have here as our output. So we kind of named everything to be somewhat intuitive for us so that we don't get lost. So we created the black div, which has a black background. So that was the container for everything. And then we split that black container into 2 halves. So the upper half and the lower half. And then and then we had the, yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah. So upper half into the two whites and the red. And then we use the flex call out to put the red and the whites side by side. And then for the lower half, we created 3 divs, the blue, the white, and the yellow. And then we use the flex to put all 3 side by side. And then we just played around with the margins to get everything to realign.
Nice. Nicely done, guys. What was the hardest part?
I think the hardest part,
Honestly,
just
seemed like
strategizing, I guess. I think for us.
Strategizing. What was the hardest strategy to come up or to solve?
start first.
Where to start first? Okay, good answer. All right, now for the third group.
I'll
I can
go.
go. Or if you can go, Ben, that's fine.
All right, appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna share this. You guys can see. Well, the picture that I was looking at on Google, it didn't have an outside border, so we didn't go with one. Well, we did until the end, and then we took it off. I keep all my extra CSS so you can see the struggles that we went through. Just commented out, but we went with basically the 2 containers, the top container and the bottom container, so we can split these in half. Then we went with the whites, 2 on the white, the 2 whites on top, and then the red on top. Then the blue, the large white, and then the small white and the small yellow on the bottom. First we had flex in our container. We got yelled at by the TA, so we took that off. And things started working better after that. So after that, a lot of messing with heights and margins and getting things to fit properly. And yeah, that's what we came up with.
Yeah, stand up for yourself if you get yelled at.
Hey, she was going in on us, but it's okay.
Wow. Okay.
I got 2 witnesses too. All right, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well done. So nice job. And the next group.
I'll go. All right, let's get this screen up. There we go. There's our piece of art. So similar to what other people had done, but we didn't go with a black color for the container. We just have it set as gray. Mostly it's not visible because the container is the exact same size as all of its contents. So it's all being overlaid. And we mostly just use that as a way to see if something was a little too wide or too short or anything like that. Basically just had the 2 white blocks and the red block here were in this first row here. And within that first, these 2 white blocks here are in their own div called top right here with a class of top. Second row had class or blue, then bottom white, and then another div to contain these 2 down here. Then experimented a bit with borders to try and get the right thickness of lines, make sure they all lined up properly. Getting this corner right here was annoying, but we eventually got it. And
what's that border sign that you used? What does that do?
Border sign where? Like border left?
Like border left, yeah. What's the
That
difference
just,
between that and margin?
what that does is that adds a border that's solid black of 10 pixels on the left side. So like red, we have border left right here, 10 pixels. That's how the black line right there is coming about. That's how that's popping up.
Gotcha. Smart.
And that's how we just adjusted how thick or wider they were or whatever. It took a little bit of doing, but since we have both of the rows technically being these 2 whites and this red, and then the blue, white, and then these 2 here, We only need to declare one display flex for the row class and just had both of those as the same class. And I want to say that's the only place we had it in the file. Yes, it is. So less repeat code, which is always a good thing. So just a little more efficient, although the rest of it's kind of ugly. And there are no comments left because we did not struggle at all. Did not have to delete anything. No, sir.
Okay. Did you learn anything about Flex that you didn't already know?
I think with Flex, I knew everything I needed to. Is more just the positioning of the divs properly that I struggled with initially, but no, I think I get it.
Okay. All right. Well done. And lastly, Malik's group, would you like to present?
Can't hear me, can you?
Now we can.
All right. All right, here we go. So unlike Mike's group, all we did was struggle. All we got to was about this part because we had to delete everything like 3 times. If I were to do it again, I definitely strategize like the other groups and separate it by blocks. We were just looking at the picture and then we decided, hey, we'll just make this block and then this block and then this block and then this block and so on and so forth. And it doesn't really work that way with Flex. So that's about as far as we got before it was time to go.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So we'll spend some time after this working on this together. Let's give a rating for how we feel about working with Flex after this assignment. I know some of us were working on the GitHub Blocks assignment and we're struggling to understand that. Do you feel like this assignment helped you understand how Flex works better? Answer with this poll. Okay. Well, we have until the rest of the day to be working on Flex, so we'll be doing that. And so I'll be dropping in your guys' rooms to make sure we all understand how to do it. So that ends today's afternoon lab session. Let me go ahead and share something real quick. So by the end of the day, we want to do flexible columns, flex our blocks as a practice assignment, GitHub blocks as a core assignment, and as a practice flex navbar. Then we're going to want to read about position basics, CSS resets, and layout concerns. Okay. All right. So that concludes this afternoon's lecture. I'll close the recording.